This week on an all-new episode of Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Tonight, we're doing it live with Ryan Wolf, Pokèmaster Troy Osborn, Philbo Swagginns, Philthy Phil 4, and Mr. Freakin Giffy.
On aboard the choo-choo train.
Welcome everybody to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us. We are officially live from Savant Studios. Thank you for joining us tonight. Joining me today, I have
Pokèmaster Troy Osborn is here.
Pokèmaster Troy Osborn joins us. Thank you for being here, Troy.
Officially Philbo Swagginns
Philbo
from
Swagginns.
the Twitchshire.
Oh, the Twitch Shire. Is that different from the regular Shire?
Yes, it's digital.
More digital? Okay.
More digital.
Gotcha. Next,
Philthy Phil. What's up? That's it.
Philthy Phil's here. Thank you for being on
From
tonight.
Earth, from planet Earth.
You're from Twitch too.
So-
don't.
For the listeners that are not watching on video, Philbo Swagginns will be Philbo. Phil will be Philthy Phil.
Or just Filthy.
Phil.
Call me Filthy.
Filthy.
Yeah, what's up, Filthy?
Okay. Does that make sense?
Filthy,
I'm probably gonna call you Phil.
My mom's disappointed. It's filthy.
He's a filthy boy.
I'm good with Philbo because I go by Philip.
Okay.
I don't
Right.
go by Phil. I'm good with Philbo. Philbo works.
Yeah, I go by Phil pretty exclusively, unless it's
All
my
right.
wife or my mother.
Yeah, calling you Philip would be so weird.
Okay. Next.
Colin freaking Giffy.
Colin freaking Giffy joins us.
Yeah,
Man,
back on the pod.
back on the pod.
For live
It's
time.
been a while. We haven't really recorded one of
Since
these
Game
in
of
a
the Year.
while. Since Game of the Year. We were working
Coming
on...
out soon.
We were working on...
Second part's coming out soon.
Second part, yeah.
And then we're all
Part
caught
one's
up,
up.
right? Correct?
Yeah, the
Yes.
second part will be coming out tonight, actually, as
Yes.
soon as our stream is done.
Oh, perfect.
So we'll get that.
Can I tell you something
get that put up.
crazy?
Go ahead, hit me.
I did no work on it until this morning. I started at 9 a.m. and I got it done at 4.
Good. That last week you told me you were working really hard on it. So
No,
that makes
I
sense.
like. I actually, basically, but I was the actual editing process I wasn't doing, but getting the stupid side shit and all the other things done, and then trying to combat insomnia was not working. I was very nauseated pretty much all week, which wasn't fun.
Right.
But I still was like, I did an entire 4-hour podcast in one day, and it's really good. Like, I was surprised.
That remains to be
so
seen.
happy.
We'll be the judge of that.
I brought it.
brought it.
I will be the judge of that.
Fucking A.
You guys will be the judge. You'll get to see it.
Half of it's edited, like fell asleep half of it.
No, it's done. It's done. I
I'm
swear.
still awake.
Is this like when I edited an episode?
Yeah.
I woke
Yeah.
up
It was done and then it
And
was
a new Bugatti.
Monday, 7 p.m. is when I woke up. And I've
Like
not
this?
slept since then.
Okay. I did sleep. So that
Twice
sucks.
since then.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't usually keep track of the number of times I sleep because it happens so regularly for me that I don't really need to count them. Troy, you've been playing Hades.
What?
Yes,
Hades.
I have.
Let's hear it.
So this game is beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bonkers.
The humor?
Everything about it, like the humor is amazing. It's a amazingly written, like, and I the only time I've stopped playing it is when my kid takes my Switch from me.
Okay.
Shout outs to you, Emmett. Dang it.
I'm sure he's watching right now.
No, he's in bed, but my wife might be watching.
Like, remember when we were talking about how Nexomon has really good sarcasm, kind of making fun of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the genre? Hades kind of has that a bit too.
Okay.
Where they poke fun a little bit at the genre of what Hades is, and it also just has that sarcastic tone, and it is really surprisingly funny. So yeah, I've enjoyed it too. I did not realize you had started playing it.
I bought it over the break. It was on sale.
How much is it normally?
I think it's like
normally
25.
Normally
25, 30
normal,
bucks? I think it's
normally
normally
30.
25.
I think it's normally 30, and I got it for 20.
There you go.
Okay.
20 or 25. I don't know.
I think I
Did you
got
get it on
I think it's
Switch or
25.
Xbox?
I got it at 25.
Switch. It's,
So
only on Switch.
It's only on Switch? Okay, I thought, but
Are
I
you-
wasn't entirely sure.
Are you regretting
Steam, I
us
think.
not having really nominated that for Game of the Year?
I haven't played enough of it, but
Okay.
I'm thinking probably so.
Fuck.
Didn't it
You
make
know,
it
that's-
far?
All right, we're re-recording.
Didn't
We're
it-
no longer releasing that episode.
Didn't it make it far in the Real Game Awards?
Yeah, it's
I thought it was
yeah,
like
no,
one of
it's
the top
one game of the
5.
year awards.
It is a lauded game.
It is.
Risky Trisket says it's on Steam, so not just.
It's on. That's what I thought.
I
Best
thought it was on
story in a
Switch.
roguelike. Risky, what's up, dude? Shout out.
Doing our information searches for us. 'Cause
Yeah,
we can't do
we
that.
can't do them live. Oh God,
I could
can't even do them when
pull
it's
out,
recording.
pull out the old mobile, the flip phone.
The old mobile. So how far
I'm
are
gonna
you,
do the
Troy?
dial-up.
I am. Well, it's a roguelike, so I don't really know.
Have you beaten
Okay,
any
that makes
bosses?
sense.
I think I beat one boss.
Okay.
It was a lady.
Yes, I beat
Okay.
the first
I know
boss,
where you're at then.
and maybe the second boss as well.
Like a skeleton snake. It's a big Hydra skull thing.
No.
Then you have not beaten. the
Okay, it
second
was
boss.
some kind of a spinny thing that was shooting stuff out at me.
That might be a mini boss.
Every boss in Dark Souls.
At least I
A
think.
spinny thing that shoots things out. I don't know.
I don't
But
remember.
it's every boss. Like I've only done a couple, but it's super difficult to like. And you have it's like Dark Souls. You got to learn it.
Okay.
And
Never mind. I'm not playing it.
it plays a lot like they have a lot of mobile games like it where it's just the dungeon crawler,
Right.
You get the power ups, yada yada yada. But it's so
it's Dead Cells top
done.
down.
Yada.
Oh,
Okay.
It's Dead Cells top down.
It's
100%.
not, I mean, from what we saw at Game of the Year, not quite top down, like kind of angled camera, right?
Yeah.
a little bit more like Diablo.
Okay.
that's not
okay.
It has
yeah.
the angled.
Yeah, I guess it is
top
top down.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Diablo. Just seeing footage of it. I've never actually played it.
Right.
I mean,
feels very good to play. Like
Does it feel
literally
like
the
Diablo?
same game. Literally the same name.
So does it?
80s.
Diablo.
Yeah.
It's
like
no,
like
it
the
feels
English
more
version?
fluid than Diablo because Diablo is a bit more static in terms of its combat. It's very like big power moves and specific, where Hades is about moving, momentum, like flowing through and crashing through all of the enemies with your abilities.
Right.
Like I had got one, and that's why I kind of can't remember the boss you were talking about, because I had kept getting killed by the lady boss, but then I got an ability to where every time I killed someone or hit them or something, I would get health. So then I cruised through like 3 levels because I just was decimating everything. So the second boss, the Hydra boss, was just killing everything. And so I kind of forgot the boss because I was like, oh yeah, I went through that because I kept dying, and then I cruised. That's like what happened. I got that ability and then I would die.
Put it in sport, bro. He's like, put that on the sound. Put that on the soundboard.
Slingshot engaged.
Put this bad boy in 4-wheel drive.
Ryan, I highly suggest it.
Okay.
For you especially.
I just don't know that knowing it's on Steam and presumably with controller support on Steam,
Yeah.
I would be much more likely to play it on PC. I don't think I can play anything. How do I want to word this? I don't think I can play anything worth playing on my Switch. Does that? I don't know. Does that kind of make sense?
I think it's a perfect like it's a good game for the Switch
Is it?
because there's nothing.
Does it
That's,
feel like shit, or
No.
does it feel like it controls good on the Switch?
I think it feels. I play exclusively handheld,
right.
and everything feels fluid.
Yeah.
It's not like let's see,
Yeah, I probably wouldn't play it docked.
my friend Pedro or Dead Cells or all
Right.
those are super precise controls.
Yeah.
This is more because it's top down. I think that really helps it.
Okay.
Where because it's top down, you have a lot more movement. Where it's not, I'm aiming
You're not
here or I'm aiming
platforming.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely
Right.
yeah. It's just clear the room.
So what are all the games you do play on Switch?
I play Jackbox.
Are they
I own
worth-
all the Jackbox
Are those
games.
worthwhile?
Jackbox is on everything, though.
Yeah.
I can play that on my phone, Ryan.
Jackbox is
Great to
also
have on
Jackbox,
Switch.
it literally
good.
you literally just need a system for everyone to connect to. That's it.
Switch needs to release a Kahoot game right now. Kahoot for that.
let's
The
see.
original Jackbox.
I was playing Ni No Kuni on Switch, and that feels fine.
Ooh.
I'm not super far. Like, mostly in Ni No Kuni, I watched a lot of cutscenes.
Yep.
Like,
mean,
there's
but
so many
Stylized after Studio Ghibli.
and it looks good. Like, it's evidently that game is a 2011 game from the PS3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I did not know it was that old. For
Been
sure.
designs by Hayao Miyazaki.
And I never obviously had a PS3, so I did not play it on PS3. But I think that plays fine on Switch. It's a little bit turn-based. So you can move your character in real time in the battling mode, but you still have to like wait for your attack to recharge. Okay. And right now I just have it's a wand, but it's mostly a stick. So my wand doesn't have any magic, so it's just a stick. It's got runes on it, but I just fucking hit people with it. So like I said, I'm not very far.
No, you don't have any like helpers or anything.
I
yet?
just got that. Like I just got my familiar, and I named him Troy. Yes, obviously.
I am your familiar.
Romance restored.
Troy is my first familiar.
Gonna be your first one that dies.
I
Fuck, they can die.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
I got a text picture from Ryan last week, and I opened up the picture before reading the text underneath it, and it was just a giant red frog, and I was like, "What is it?" And then it said Troy has evolved. It is the next Oman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do something like that if I ever play freaking Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
On stream and
for
get
sure.
everybody named down.
Absolutely.
I had done that with friends, and I felt so bad. 'Cause I had two characters that are like actually married. Like I think they were dating at the time when I played the game, and I tried so hard to keep them alive. I would always have them on the same team together, and then when they died, I was like, "Oh no, no!"
I made the mistake of when I got Pokemon X and
Yes,
Y.
I love this story.
I named my starter Pokemon. I chose the cute little pig, Tepig, as my starter Pokemon. I named it Rachel. I'm like, oh, it's a cute little pig.
It turns into a giant.
And the fucking thing,
freaking
yeah, it's like a gigantic wrestling pig. Is the thing it evolved into. And I'm like, I am so sorry, honey.
Here comes Rachel.
Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
You should have started making Pokemon.
I mean,
she's like, I'm so flattered.
Rachel.
Thanks.
I am a giant frog in Nexomon, so
Yeah.
payback.
Oh,
Damn it.
that's funny.
It's like Kermit, Miss Piggy. Red Kermit.
Miss Piggy, what happened to you?
It's me.
Yeah. So that was great. I've also played a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. 2018 game, I'm pretty sure. I've been playing on my
I think
PS5.
it was before that.
I've never played it.
2017 maybe.
No,
I honestly thought for the longest time, I'm pretty sure I found out this year because I never really paid attention that much in 2018 to the games coming out then.
Yeah.
I thought Horizon was like Forza Horizon.
Oh God.
So I thought it was like a racing game. You're like, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn is like a survival game. Like survival. Like battle royale with cars? Like what's going on?
No.
Plays Lightning McQueen?
what Rocket League could have been.
Yeah, Rocket League could have been. This would be a battle royale Rocket League.
No, Horizon Zero
on
Dawn
it.
is not related to Forza Horizon. This is completely different. It's a good game. Like it's definitely worth playing.
I'm a big fan of Aloy.
I did not play it on the PC, so when I got the PS5, I was like, this is the game. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna fucking play this game. And so far, I'm really liking it. I have made it through, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 20% of the story.
It's
I
big.
am freeing up my first set of outcasts, and I just went to do are they like the tribe that you are with? You've got to go to the rightmost part of the map and free them from captivity from bad guys, I think. And that's what I did.
It's been a bit since I've played, so I
Okay.
don't really remember the story part I was at. I just keep getting trapped in how pretty it looks.
It does look really good. It loads really quickly on PS5. It looks really good on PS5.
About all I know
Ryan,
about it.
I don't
looks
like hearing you
great.
talk about PS5 like that.
Yeah,
Flexing on everybody.
I'm just saying, it looks good.
like,
Like,
I got
you
one.
know,
He's
You know,
always not
it's-
liked PlayStation.
I
don't-
got one
been an Xbox
too.
I don't.
I got one too.
It plays really nice on the PS5.
Fuck you guys, okay?
yeah, well, PC Master
Trying
Race,
any
Ryan.
Fucking flex. Like, I'm just saying, it looks good. It looks good on PS5.
Looks good and
Yeah,
great.
the thing that I was kind of disappointed in though, like I like the story. I think some of the side quests are not really super interesting. Like I found myself maybe listening to a podcast while I play and maybe not super paying attention to the side quests. So I'm like, I really like the world that they've created and I like the main story. I think Aloy's a great character. I think her interactions with the, what's the guy with the R name? Rost?
That's her father figure
Yes.
type guy?
Roast.
Yeah.
Rost.
Justin Bieber's roast.
He's great.
Yeah.
I really like their interactions and like him training you as a little girl.
Has she done any trials?
Yeah, I did. I went through the trial. I've moved on from that section. I guess I went through the first one. If there are more, I just went through the first
I'm
one.
just like, I don't want to bring up spoilers, but I'm
makes
trying to
sense.
see if like there are things that you know that happened.
I did the first trial, and I also did the first tall giraffe machine that you have to climb. So
I'm pretty sure it's at the end of the trial that there's like a fight.
Yeah, the fight, and then I'm assuming are the main bad guys with the fucking
Okay.
machine guns.
So then, okay,
I've
so
taken-
you've seen that spot.
I've been
so.
through that part, yeah. So I'm kind of like made it out to the open world proper, and I've been exploring the open
A
world.
certain person, falls. Like,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. A guy fell,
yeah.
and then I also
hate when that
fell,
happens.
Yeah.
but I threw my little hook thing, like
didn't die.
basically my hook shot, and then I rappelled down. Yes, thank you. I mean, I don't know why she doesn't just have a hook shot. The hook shot's a super fucking cool weapon. So yeah, other than like not really loving the way it controlled at the beginning, I think that the story has been really good. And I've come around to the controls a little bit more.
I think I felt the same. Like, it had a somewhat sense of clunkiness, and it's just kind of getting used to it. Somewhat in a similar vein that I felt to Red Dead Redemption 2, where the controls were a little much, and then got used to it after, just playing with it.
Right.
Because sometimes it can just be more complex. But I think I felt the same thing when I first started it. But yeah, getting used to it and liking them a bit more.
Right.
So yeah, and then I did horror games, which I started with Phasmophobia, which was fun. I played a little bit with Colin and Phil, and then I just started jumping in with randos, which is often very funny. And the way that game works is entertaining with the proximity voice chat.
Yeah.
So when somebody's getting killed, just off in the corner you hear, "Ah, son of a bitch! Ah, damn it!" And then you're like, "Oh, I think he died."
Colin, did you end up trying it in VR?
Among Us?
Yeah.
I have not.
no.
Phasmophobia.
Oh, Phasmophobia, yeah.
It was funny
what'd you
to
think?
watch him.
Oh my, I can hold one more item than people on PC can. They can hold 3, I can hold 4.
Oh, Colin.
Because I can have 2 things on my belt and then I have 2 hands.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They can only hold one thing at a time in their hands. But yeah. So that was pretty cool. I gotta carry 2 crucifixes, man. Freaking OP for sure.
Oh, you're
I'm double
dual-
fixed.
You're
Constantine.
double fixed.
Dueling it.
Double
fixing.
Dual Christmas.
I did have a lot of issues for a while, like trying to figure out the audio. I don't know why
Really?
it was messing up.
Like
Freaking-
the,
When
like
I
the
actually got it
spatial
to work,
audio?
dude, it was like horrifying.
We maybe
Okay,
got
Phil,
30
I gotta
seconds
come.
of gameplay
I gotta come
before
clean.
he's like, I'm bugging out.
I gotta come clean about something. So we were playing. I was playing with Phil one time, and like he died. So I heard that she was hunting again, and so like I stood in the corner and just waited it out, and it stopped. But like I was too scared to go back out, so I quit. And I was like, "Sorry, bro, I got disconnected." I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this right now. Because I couldn't hear him. Because when you die, you can't talk. So I'm like alone in the house with this ghost. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Because in VR, it makes it so much more scary.
What a pussy.
Because like literally, the first time I died, I just saw like I was like just walking around, and all of a sudden fingers just wrapped around my head.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
my
that would be
gosh.
terrifying.
It's horrifying in
VR.
VR. In real life, you can just look away. No, I can just close my eyes. That's it. Everything else, it's there. The sounds, like
So for the listeners, what is Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia by genre is it's called a psychological horror. I don't know exactly the exact definition of what that genre means, but
Okay.
it's different from other horror games in that like it's kind of jump scary, but it's not like most horror. There's a lot of horror games out there that's just like jump scare,
Yeah.
jump scare, or like something's hunting you kind of thing. You know, the interesting thing about Phasmophobia is the ghost is not always there for one.
Okay.
Meaning it's not always like hunting you. It's not always revealing itself.
They
It's
kind of
not
have
always
like
present.
personalities.
Right. The ghosts all have a name. So when you spawn and you're first in the van that you get to the location. So you're doing the prison or you're doing the house or the gym, etc. When you're in the van, there's like a whiteboard and it's like, here's the ghost's name. Here it responds to people who are alone, or it responds to everybody. It doesn't like XYZ, whatever.
Okay.
So you can use those tidbits of information and provoke the ghost. And as you're in the house, there's always one room that the ghost like spawns out of or is like hunting from. So that room, the goal is to find that room, find 3 pieces of evidence that help you determine what kind of ghost it is that you're hunting.
Okay.
So there's a couple different, there's like freezing temps. There's like a ghost writing book where the ghost will like write words on a book. There's
orb.
there's
Salt.
so many different ones like that. Salt really actually isn't.
Fingerprints.
Yeah, the ghost will leave fingerprints and stuff. So as you're in the hunting room, especially, but in general, just like in the dark or, you know, playing the game, essentially, you have a insanity level, which starts at 100%. And as you interact with the ghost more, it drops. And as it drops, the ghost starts having more activity.
Okay.
So it gets pretty interesting, especially when you're playing professional mode. So I guess I should back up. There's like 3 difficulties. There's beginner, intermediate, professional. Basically, the difference is in beginner, you have, I think, 5 minutes to start getting your clues before the ghost starts its first hunt.
Okay.
Intermediate, you have 2 minutes. Professional, you have 0. You can walk in the house and boom, ghost is hunting, and you gotta figure it out.
It's also creepy because like the lights will start blinking.
Yeah, so-
Doors
Yeah,
might
when you're
close.
about the ghost hunting.
when it's hunting, your flashlight starts blinking, and
Okay.
you can't do anything about it. You're just like, oh, my flashlight's blinking. I know the ghost is hunting. So that's when you know, like, I got to dip. Like, I think, like, for real, the worst part of the game when I first started playing it was you can't sprint.
Yeah.
Like,
You
can
walk.
You have a run,
yeah, you
and
can
it's
walk.
just a slight power walk.
You can walk and then hit shift walk, and all it is like literally you're like moving another 0.2 miles an hour. I mean, it's not much. So you
speed
can't
must
run.
increase
So
by, like you're going 1, now you're going 1.10.
right, you'll be like in a hallway where there's no rooms nearby to hide, and it starts hunting, and you're like, what do I do? Like, I can't run very fast, and I'm watching the ghost come towards me, and the ghost will also like appear and unappear, like blinking. Essentially, the ghost is kind of blinking.
So it sounds like from the description that you guys had, like, it's not like you're a goddamn Ghostbuster with a fucking pack.
No,
you're not trying to kill the ghost or
Photon
anything.
blaster.
Yeah.
You don't even have to get rid of the
So
ghost.
really
You just
what
have to
you-
figure out what kind of ghost it is. And
Like
get the
your
fuck out.
actual job is to figure out what the ghost is because there's another team or whatever that actually gets rid of them.
Okay, so
you don't
part
really know
2,
Finding out what it is.
part Phasmophobia 2 is you're the team that hunts.
I
the
don't know. I haven't
Phasmophobia
heard
2
that
is just
actually.
Ghostbusters. No,
I
like
haven't
that's
actually
actually
heard
what
that.
it says. If you look at the instructions.
Yeah, you
and
figure
stuff.
out the type of ghost, and then you all load in the van, put your pieces of evidence in your journals, and you bounce.
You just leave your stuff in the house too. Like you set up cameras, you're not going back and grabbing those. You just leave them there.
That's
Like,
so
you just get out.
expensive.
I mean, essentially, the game consists of, if you described it in a nutshell, it's literally you and your friends, you're walking in, you're all carrying different pieces of equipment, and you're screaming the ghost's name. That's half the game.
Yeah.
So, like, the ghost will be like, I don't know, it's always super generic names. Too.
like Eric Miller.
Yeah, Eric Miller or Ron Jones. And you're
John
literally,
Smith.
you're running around this house that's pitch black, and you're like ear raping your mic. You're like Ron Miller, Ron Miller, Ron Miller.
John.
Where are you, Ron? Ron, where are you?
I don't know if it is true, but I'm pretty sure it is. Evidently, you can, if you're mean or swear at the ghost, that can make them mad.
There's trigger words. Like
So a lot of times I'm just going around.
I couldn't get a ghost to respond for the longest time, but then I said, whatever his name was, where are you? And then it said behind.
Oh,
and then I was like, I'm getting out. I'm going.
you could be like Ron, you're a little bitch, and like he's there. He's like, what?
I had one where I was
Why you
playing,
bullying me?
and the ghost would not do anything to anyone. I get the voice box and I go, hey, what are you doing, you stupid little fucker? And he said, mad. And I'm like, oh, bring it on, bitch. Behind, leave, angry, kill. And I'm like,
Hulk?
Shit. So like, not quite that fast, but he was like, because they say one words and you just hear this, kill. Kill.
And it's never,
mad.
and it's always one generic voice. Like there's not like a, it's through a radio.
Yeah.
So
it's through the voice box.
when
Okay.
it'll be like the little girl you're like, it's a little girl that you're hunting, or you can use like a Ouija board in it and ask the ghost questions. Like, how old are you? And it's like 6. Like it'll like spell out 6, but then when you're in the spirit box, it's like, where are you? Here. You're like, oh, you're 6 years old, all right. Like that's very sus.
the thing is, they're talking through the spirit box, which is the same thing. So it's like a computerized
Yeah, it's like a
version of what they're saying. They're
Digitized
talking through
voice.
the
Have none of you
Talking
guys
through
watched
radio.
Ghost Hunters?
Or
Like they
Train-
use
I
that.
haven't. I really
they
haven't.
use that thing.
It's
and
how
it is-
Bumblebee
It's
communicates.
literally a static box, and then it
I
like
have not used it.
yeah,
It's fucked up. Watch
believe
it. I don't think it's real on the ghost shows necessarily.
Probably not.
But there's a show on Amazon Prime called Hellier where it's it's actually a husband and wife and their friends. They run a traveling a traveling paranormal item museum. And they go to Kentucky to hunt goblins, and they use a spirit box in the show.
Yeah.
And like just watching them do that is fucked.
Yeah.
Like how does that even work? And I mean, maybe it doesn't.
and
like,
it's like and all you hear from it is, and then you hear dead,
Yeah.
dead.
Like, thanks.
like,
I love that.
Yep.
But hands down, dude, it's my wife's least favorite game I play. Not even because it's scary, but because for half the night she's hearing me go, Linda Miller, Linda, where are you, Linda? Linda. She's hunting. I'm like, oh, run, here, run.
So when you hunt, we didn't talk about what happens when you're getting hunted. So
Okay, yeah.
your flashlight starts flickering, but then you have to go into a room and shut the door behind you and crouch in a corner.
I mean, you also just
kind of.
you have to hide.
You have to hide.
You have to hide.
There's a couple ways you can do it. That's the best way is if you have a room to hide in. With
You can also try to run, depending upon where it's at.
You can like big mistake. I would call it like finessing the ghost. So if you're in a kitchen and there's a kitchen island, you can like shimmy around the island as the ghost is trying to come around. So you know that game you play like with your siblings?
Yeah.
Where he's like chasing you this way and you're going this way.
Right.
And then like
play with
he
that
starts
with my
going the
cat
other
all
way.
the
So then you go, yeah, it's like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can like shimmy around the ghosts. The other option, like you can hide under like stairwells or just pretty much
Never
to get
under
away,
the stairs.
break the line of sight of the ghost. If you can break the line of sight, you're pretty much good. And then you have to be quiet as well because the ghosts actually, this is a very interesting fact. I don't know how I forgot it. The ghosts can hear your mic. Obviously, they can hear you talking to it, but they can hear, even if you have push to talk on, they can hear what you're saying in the mic. So if you're crouched in a corner and everyone's quiet and you just start like whispering the ghost name, he'll like find you. Like he'll know where you're at just from your voice chat.
It's also it's really cool. That's like one of the
not play that
I
game.
don't like it.
that's
Like,
one of the first games that have like really used the voice chat
In such a
feature
really
in-
good
in
way.
such a good way.
Yeah, it is
Like,
cool.
that's a
I also
really good
do
concept.
like that one thing that you can also find out while you're hunting is if the room, because freezing temperatures is one of the things that you can realize for a ghost, and you have a thermometer, which usually you just use that to find the coldest room that often is the ghost. But it's kind of cool that if it is freezing temperatures and you start looking for the ghost, or maybe it starts hunting, and then you talk, you'll have fog when you talk,
like breath, like your breath.
cold
is-
breath.
Okay.
Will happen, which I just find cool. Once I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's freaking awesome. Just like the little tiny details. And then it's kind of funny. The ghost can leave you in very funny positions when it kills you.
It's like ragdoll physics.
Because it's ragdoll physics. Like the funniest thing was I was, well, there's 2 times when I was playing. One, my head was through a wall and my butt's just like facing out. So the guys are like, oh no, the ghost had their way with it. And then I was just standing by my body throwing soap at myself. And then people are watching and they're seeing me. Because as a ghost, you can interact. Like when you die, you're basically a ghost and you get to interact.
You're
with
like a
stuff.
spirit.
You're like a spirit. And so I'm just throwing soap and they're like, I think Philip's dropping the soap.
Yeah, so if you die, you enter like this blue like spirit realm where you can actually see
First you enter hell, then when they first kill you, you're in some weird nightmare world, and then you're blue. Like when they kill you.
that's not the version I'm playing. I don't know. I don't ever enter that.
Well, when they grab your ears, and then you're in this weird like underworld horror.
You're in the
thing.
blue.
blue
Well, you're in.
fog.
It's just like the blue fog.
Yeah.
Wait, when you get the fingers, do you immediately go to the blue?
Yeah, you go to
Yes.
the blue fog.
Okay, there
Your
must be an
insomnia must be
update.
getting to you.
There must be an update because, like, when you die, you go into this weird, hellish underworld, and then like stuff's everywhere and creepy, and you look, and there's just like lights popping, and it's super scary.
Unless they updated it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not experienced this.
It's terrifying.
I think you might be playing a different
No, that's
version.
the first time that happened to me. It scared the shit out of me.
Oh, that's your real house.
Oh,
So
dear.
you're like in this blue fog room.
Okay.
You can see the ghost at all times, but your friends can't see you. They can't hear you, but you can only interact by picking up certain objects. So you can like lead your people. But one really interesting thing is I was playing with Xenostream 38. One of the things you can do is move objects. So if one of the clues is a ghostwriting book and you leave it in the room, you're trying to get someone to write, trying to get the ghost to write on it.
Right.
You can stack items and hide the ghost book. So like Xeno stacked like 20 lunch trays in the school level on top of the ghost book. And I'm like, what's the third clue? We've done everything. I'm like, it's got to be like ghost writing. I'm like, where's the ghost book at? And I couldn't find it. So I had to dig through all these lunch trays just to find it. And there it was. And we won.
Why?
That is funny.
Why would a person want
Just to mess with you.
Oh,
That's
okay.
I'd be annoyed because I got to do that in real life in VR. I actually got to physically grab them
Right.
and move
Yeah.
them.
Fucking
One of Xeno's
front
labor.
arms tired.
One of Xeno's channel point redemptions is kill a teammate. So if we're playing that game and someone redeems kill a teammate, he's like saying the ghost name, trying to provoke it, and then he'll like run behind you and try to get the ghost to get you first.
Oh my god.
So when he did that to us, me and another player, we were like, oh no, that ain't happening. We're teaming up on you. So we start chanting the ghost's name, and we actually get him to die. And that's when he tried hiding the book
Nice.
and everything.
Okay, I got you.
I
That makes sense.
have you guys ever actually lost one of the missions while playing? Like everyone died.
Only when you DC'd, I think.
That was the only
DC'd
time.
once, but no.
That was
so
that one time.
My first night playing it.
That one time he DC'd, quit.
And the other time I played with them and I...
My first night playing, I was like a level 1. I had no items, and I played with people who were like a level 140. So like they had all the items, and it was fine. Didn't die the entire night. Like I've only died a handful of times in that game, but the whole night didn't die until the very last match. They're like, all right, you're the newbie, and we've done all the objectives, so we need you to go in and get a picture of the ghost. I'm like, yellow, whatever. So I just went in, and I'm like chanting the ghost's name, and like went and hid under the stairs. It didn't quite work out. Well, it did work. It did work, but the angle I had for the camera wasn't good enough to capture the picture of the ghost. So he like passes by in the hallway, and I was like, dang. And I was like, Jeff Johnson. And he's like, he like comes right back and makes a beeline, and I got the picture, and then I died. So it was great.
You're like, here's Phil's body.
I almost made it a flawless
Picture of
night.
the ghost.
That was basically what happened to me when the ghost shoved my head through the bathroom wall. Was like he was just spooking me, and then he showed up, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, buddy," which I actually have in my channel. To like get the picture, and I'm about to leave, and the moment he starts hunting, and then shuts the door and goes, "Hey," and then kills me immediately.
The best part about those types of games, like indie games in general, the physics are so god awful. So like if you're playing in VR, you can be crouched, but if you're looking up, your character's like if this is you standing straight, your back's like at this.
Yeah.
You're like looking straight up. Like
Oh,
you
the
just
funniest-
look
The
ridiculous.
funniest part was I was trying to get my audio to work. I left my controllers, which are my hands, but I had my headset on, so I left my hands down though. So my hands were like standing in the spot outside, but my body was outside the map.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so I
god,
was
that was the first time
was just
that I
glitching
was
out.
playing.
Right.
So I was with you and Phil, and he's all the way in the street, and we're like, "What's going on?" He's just like,
Like, as a
crouched,
PC player, you can't do that.
wiggling in
You were
the
like
corner.
5 feet in the air, too. You're like
Yeah.
levitating. We were like, what is
Yeah, as a
happening?
PC player, you can't go over there. Like, it's a barrier. It's like outside the map. So I'm just over here, like, trying to fix my
Breaking
stuff.
the game. But I love those. I love goofy. Like, there's something about buggy games that make it
Oh, dude.
fun.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like when PUBG,
Oh man,
when PUBG
Cyberpunk
first hit
should have been game of the year.
Oh, my
then.
gosh. Dude, when PUBG, I have
when
so many
PUBG
clips
hit
of
console,
PUBG messing
dude,
up.
you're literally driving and there's like an invisible obstacle in
Barrier,
the road
yeah.
and you hit it and just explode. And you're like, oh, great. That would ruin my game. But
Oh great.
it's good laughs.
You just
though.
die for no reason. You're just running and then you just trip
I
over a
remember there
rock.
was always hidden jumps all over the map where it like automatically boost you and then launch you like halfway
Yeah.
across the map.
Stuff like
Vehicles
that,
are
man.
way better now, by
That
the
stuff
way.
cracks me up.
But originally they had like, it was like you were driving vehicles on the moon. Like you're just ramping. Like,
Being like a Tony Hawk fan and stuff like that, how buggy some of those games were. I
Oh,
just
man.
love that stuff. It just makes me laugh so hard.
I guess then like one other thing that was interesting about Phasmophobia, other than like I do really enjoy the fact that the ghosts interact with you so much. So it's really cool to figure out like what actually, like the one that I said you're a little fucker and then he came after me.
Yeah.
I can do that to other ones and then they don't. And the great thing is also when you play with someone who's terrified, because there are certain ghosts that they will only come around to one person and they pick that person.
Really?
You have to figure out who they want to scare and then everyone else has to leave. And so you just have like this person who's like, I was playing with, I think, a child and like in a group and they picked them and they're like, I don't want to go in there alone. And
was
like, okay,
me.
just go, just go.
Well, he said child.
me in VR with a voice.
funny.
Yeah. Me in VR with a voice changer.
I missed such an important detail.
I didn't have to change my height.
The most important part of the game is in the pre-lobby. They give you the ability to pick up basketballs and play a little mini hoop.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
But I can dunk.
Hands too.
it keeps a counter of your like forever going hoops. So like you could literally be like, hey yo, live on Twitch streaming NBA 2K21 and like play that and people are just like, what?
Dude, yeah. What I can do
I watched you waiting for everybody else to join your game and you just shooting hoops.
Yeah, right. It's just
I was like,
shooting hoops.
what the hell?
Like he
is
ain't
this
hunting ghosts.
game?
That dude's
Yeah.
freaking shooting bricks.
It says Phasmophobia, but he's
Yeah.
just over here playing basketball. I don't
Like the
understand.
2K graphics went down, man.
Since I'm in VR, I just walk up to the hoop.
Is that
and I
LeBron
can
James?
stick my hand over the rim, drop the ball, pick it up my other hand, and just keep looping it. It's like this.
Oh
But
man.
kept doing that.
The other like little cool thing that is part of the game is there's a board that you have challenges. So like when you go to it, the goal is to figure out the ghost, but it can be like get a picture of the ghost, get a picture of a dirty sink water, make it be blocked by the crucifix, make it walk through salt. Like you have it do certain things, have it hunt a certain person or get a picture while it's hunting. So like there's different things or protect a
Picture while it's hunting.
teammate from the hunt
Yeah.
with the crucifix. So it's kind of cool to
Protect
get
the president.
challenges. Yeah.
The president's just got a
We'll give you
crucifix.
extra money, but it's kind of cool to give randomized
Phasmophobia White House.
challenges.
So I think we talked about Phasmophobia before Game of the Year, but we did not talk about it with Philthy Phil here.
No.
And you were mentioning, Philbo, that he was a lot further in the game than you. So what is the progression like?
Very minimal.
Okay.
It's
all-
just you get money and then
yeah,
you can buy the
progression
stuff.
all gives you it just
Like
gives
Sea
you
of
money
Thieves.
and you can buy items that help you either
Which you only have to buy them once, I think.
no
you gotta buy it multiple times.
So if you have a squad, so like I'd have to
Well,
buy
no, I mean like
I'd have to buy 4 flashlights and bring. So what you do is you have a stash, like inventory of items, and then you select what items you want to bring with you into that match.
Okay.
And if you die, so if I bring in all the items and I die, even if you guys still win, I lose all those items. So it can
you
be,
only lose the items if you die.
yeah. If you die, you lose all the items. But if
But
you win,
if you win and even leave stuff, you get them back.
yeah, you can like leave the items in the room.
Someone
and
else
still-
goes
they'll
and
come
gets
back.
them.
Bring all your items back.
Someone else
Ghostbusters.
covered in crucifixes.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
I got this. Playing
So
up.
you have to buy. I mean, the idea is to buy as much as you can, like keep as much stashed as you can, but bring in the minimum amount that you need. You start the game, like if you start fresh, you're not able to buy all the types of items. So there may be optional objectives like use smudge sticks to to like relax the ghost, but you haven't actually bought smudge sticks yet.
Called death sticks.
Buy some death
It's
sticks.
incense. Or
So you can't
sage.
you can't complete that optional objective, and all the optional objectives do is give you more cash.
Okay.
So you can't complete that because you haven't first done the game enough to buy smudge sticks. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only advantage. I mean, you can play it at night and be able to get all the items. It's not anything that's like
And most of the times, if you
crazy.
join, there are people that have
Yeah.
crazy amounts of money and just
oh yeah, my
already
friends have
the
like
items.
10 grand just chilling. They're just like whatever they want. Just,
How much do you usually spend on one hunt? How much money?
you can spend nothing. You could also
like-
spend
Like, say you need all those, like you're out of items completely.
if you're out of items completely, I'd say to fully restock, maybe 1,000, 1,500 around there.
And you usually get about maybe like if it was a normal hunt, you'd probably get about $200
That's if you get all the objectives.
if you get all the objectives.
And
Oh, so you got to play quite a bit to get.
and yeah, all the objectives, and you get like bonus evidence. So bonus evidence would be like getting more photos of the ghost or
And I know on the harder difficulty, it's been more. I think I've gotten like maybe 300 on a harder
yeah,
difficulty.
you can. Yeah, harder difficulties are more. You can also find. I don't know why it's in there. You can find bones, and if you
Yeah.
find a bone, it's like more well valued, which is weird. I'm like,
Oh.
it's a ghost.
It's the ghost bone.
I found bones.
I found the bone of the ghost.
That's so weird. I was like, dude, I found bones.
Yeah, 'cause
I was like,
basically-
that's
6-year-old's got a 4-foot femur.
Fucking donkey's dick swinging in front of their face.
But yeah, like if you find the bone or the Ouija board,
You've been waiting to use that one, haven't you?
Forever.
He said bone. I'm in.
Just came up.
donkey's dick. But yeah, if you find the bone or the Ouija board, which have a chance to spawn and get a picture, you get bonuses just for them. I think a bone spawns maybe every time. It
found
spawns more than the Ouija board does.
Yeah.
I know
the Ouija
they-
board's like 30.
They're doing more updates though. Like eventually, that's just how indie games are. They take
I mean,
a
it
while
is
'cause
early
they don't
access.
know how it's gonna
That is
take
true.
off.
It is early access. It's
Yeah.
not even fully released.
Super popular game though. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are playing it. So
Yeah,
as an
Rachel
indie
plays
game,
it all the time with her.
That's
her
super
brother.
like what a dream as an indie creator, right? To make this game and like all these millions of people are playing it, and you're just like, whoops, I spent like $40 on this game, but not really. But I'm
Well,
sure it
it's
took
like
way more. But
Valheim, the new game on
Yeah.
Steam,
True.
3 million copies it sold, and that's like a 5-person team. Like they are
Making a-
literally
make-
trying to recruit people to
Making
make
a
that.
PS2 looking game.
Yeah, they're trying to recruit people to make that game. Improvements to that
that's
game
just-
is a fucking 5 people. on a team.
What's so interesting about that is I remember back in the day, dude, playing PlayStation 2 or 3, where it's like the appeal of new games is like the graphics are
Yeah.
insane.
Oh, dude,
Now
NBA
it's like-
08.
Like now it doesn't even matter. Is the gameplay
Yeah.
good? Is it an original idea? If it is, nobody cares. Like Stardew Valley, what the heck? It's like 8-bit. Like no one
It
cares.
was Minecraft.
Like a crazy
Right.
example.
Yeah, that's the perfect example. Minecraft's like the worst
Yeah.
of all time, but actually the best.
billionaire.
Actually, the best.
Billionaire
It actually
that
looks
made it.
gorgeous now.
with shaders and everything. Yeah,
Like one thing
ray
in that
tracing Minecraft.
example that would be just of like going back to when things were changing. I remember when the first Red Dead Redemption was coming out, and I watched the trailer, and I was freaking out at like the death animations because they made an engine, but the fact that like he had physics to walk up and down the stairs, and it was a different animation
Right.
instead of just the same walk animation that it always was, because games, they didn't change it
Right.
until like it started going along. I'm like, dude, he's walking up the stairs and the animation changed.
Or like-
What the fuck? That's so cool. And now it's like that's just a normal
Right,
thing.
right.
But it was so
Yeah, like
Splinter Cell Conviction.
dude, EA still has not caught on. It's like, let's make Madden again, but this time we can see the footprints in the snow. And then this time the snow will fill in the footprint.
The sweat is gonna look a little better.
Yeah, every year it's like NBA 2K releases their trailer, and it's
like
always
some
like
sweaty dude.
Kobe Bryant has one more drop of sweat this year.
Hey,
like,
did
he's
you
trying
see how
a
many
little harder.
fans are in the stands?
You can see the fans' reflection from the sweat drop.
It's like how they do crowds in movies where they make like 40 models and then they just like copy
Just copy
paste,
paste,
copy
yeah.
paste,
Copy
copy
paste.
paste. That's the same guy. He's got the same sign as that guy. Wait, You're like, sucks.
Freaking Call of Duty Ghosts, where it was like, oh, the fish have an AI, they'll move out of the way.
That's the worst game of all time.
It's funny when Madden when you make
Is there a worst game of the year edition series? Because I will gladly
We can
vote
do that.
for
Call of
that
Duty
We can do a
Ghosts,
worst
Last
game.
of Us
Oh my
2.
god! Call of
Worst
Duty
game
Black
of
Ops
the
Cold War.
Generation, maybe? Can we can do worst game of the generation?
Can we do
of
worst
last
game of
gen?
all time?
No.
E.T.
We can't.
Last of Us 2.
The Game Awards did that.
Dr.
for us.
Jekyll and Mr.
That's
Hyde.
true.
That's your bias coming out.
No.
I want to hear a little bit about Minecraft before we go to
Yeah,
break,
dude.
Colin.
Yeah.
I started playing Minecraft again.
And have you been playing it with ray tracing?
No, I've been playing on Switch.
Shaders,
Okay,
Never mind.
second.
Never
So I was playing it on Switch, because I was just like, I can play it in bed.
Gross.
So I started
Grody.
playing it, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I have this game on PC. I should start playing it on PC again.
Oh wow!
So
Brilliant.
I downloaded the Java edition on PC, not the Bedrock version.
Do they even make that?
Yeah, the Java is still a thing. Eventually, you are gonna have to have a Microsoft account in order to play it.
Oh, really?
Is
That's what you do
Bedrock-
now.
that.
You have to have a
Imagine
Microsoft.
that.
So Bedrock
You
is-
have to have a Microsoft.
Is
account.
Bedrock Windows Edition?
Bedrock is Windows Edition, but like also crossplay edition.
Okay.
So your mobile phone has Bedrock, Switch has Bedrock, Xbox and PlayStation have Bedrock. PC has Bedrock if you just download it. But
I can make
if you
it
own
Bedrock.
Java, you get both versions.
Gotcha.
I believe
Oh.
if you also buy
also twice
the
as
normal
much.
version, you buy so you don't have to buy the same game. But Java's slightly different. I heard it's like I don't know. I can't name all the major differences off the top of my head. But one of the biggest differences is your weapon swings have a cooldown. So you can't just spam sword. You have to hit swing and then wait a minute. Swing and then you wait a minute. So I was like, I downloaded Java Edition. I was like, I'm going back to my Switch.
That's the
I could
reason-
download Bedrock
that's the-
again, but
That's the reason that a lot of
really no
Minecraft
point.
people switch back because they came out that update with the shields too.
Yeah.
and it was garbage. I'm like, I want to be able to spam click.
yeah, I don't want
But
to do Java. But Java's easier for mods.
spam clicking runs PvP.
So you can probably get a mod that takes away that and then just play.
Well,
normal.
spam-
But then you get away.
If you play
take away
PvP
achievements.
and there's spam clickers, you can literally put an auto clicker on and murk anybody. You can just be like, auto clicker on, and your guy's like,
Hey, what the fuck are
what
we
am I
getting
supposed to
so
do with that?
competitive with Minecraft PvP?
wait. You don't even know, man.
I
I don't want to know.
It's like 3D RuneScape, bro.
It's a
Are you challenging me?
They updated the crap out of Minecraft since the last time I played it.
Did you guys ever play competitive Minecraft, like online servers?
I did.
I build things with my wife.
fun.
That's all I do.
I'm older
iPixel?
than you guys. I hate Minecraft.
So iPixel or Mineplex?
I've played Minecraft
I
twice.
So
like
the
Mineplex is awesome.
with Ryan, there's one problem with Ryan when it comes to Minecraft. He has
Just
no
one
creativity.
I'm not
He
creative
has
at all, dude.
He's that guy that builds the dirt house. And you're like, what a scrub.
My house is a tunnel into the mountain, and then it goes down to a strip mine at like 10 above
Dude,
bedrock.
oh man.
Dude, I
My
can't.
house is a bed on a
Okay.
hill.
That's
So,
another episode. Our
strip-
greatest Minecraft
yeah,
creation.
maybe it is.
I made
another-
life scale Noah's Ark, baby. So it's
For strip mining, usually it's seven above bedrock is where diamond spawns the most. But I decided to go at
Now we're
level
getting into
10
the
because then you
metagame.
avoid lava more.
between 0 and 12.
0 and 12,
Y-axis.
yeah, 0 and 12. But every
I understand why this guy's like so
Z-axis.
professional at Call of
Z-axis,
Duty.
sorry.
If you know it's the freaking codes to the bedrock spawns of fucking diamond
bedrock
in Minecraft.
If I do that, if I can do that, I can get the coordinates to that headshot, baby.
Bedrock,
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know that?
No, as I said, I build things with my wife.
on creative mode.
I play for fun.
When Hunger Games was huge,
That was so fun.
Mineplex came, or I think Hypixel did it first. It's a Minecraft server.
Okay.
So the Mineplex was a plex, if you would, of many plexes.
giant server.
Where it had tons of mini games. You would spawn in with like 20 other players
Turf
on
wars.
these blocks. You would all run towards the middle, grab loot, or you could just run back and find loot elsewhere.
Literally
And it's
Hunger
fun-
Games.
That's
and the
badass.
map
It's
closes.
fun.
This is like the original Battle Royale.
Yeah.
The map closes in. And like starts shooting fireballs and it's crazy, and then you fight till the death at the end. And if everybody survives, it goes to like overtime where it's like 1v1 in the final circle, and it's like you and some other scrub just like spam clicking each other. So, but it's
Eating food.
The better you do, you get like gems and you can buy stuff. So like you could spawn in as a knight and have a horse, and you're like murking dudes that can't even run like very fast because you're on a freaking horse with
Right.
a diamond sword, and this dude has a freaking wood.
It's a pay to play. It's a pay to play.
Yeah.
Pay to win, I mean.
Pay to win.
it's
for
crazy.
sure. It was
Boy,
the first
crazy.
pay to win.
I was thinking that we would talk about Minecraft RTX, and here
Okay,
we're not talking about
I'm
that
sorry,
at
I'm not
all.
talking about Minecraft. I turned off G-Sync on my computer.
Okay.
Because for some reason everything was just ghosting. So like I could see my character's leg, it was like stretching out like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just like.
$6 billion
So I was like, you know what?
man.
I'm just gonna turn off G-Sync. So I
tearing.
don't even know if ray tracing would make that big of a difference to me on PC. But Minecraft is always
Minecraft.
so beautiful.
It
like,
will for the lighting. Like, that's a,
Yeah.
I don't know.
On Minecraft?
Yeah. If I'm in my strip
They added
mine.
ray tracing to Minecraft.
Yeah, they did.
And it looks
have you
amazing.
tried
It does look amazing.
All right.
Shaders mod, dude.
Minecraft
With the
actually
water.
does use a lot of like it's a pretty highly graphical game. Like yeah, it looks pixelated, but it's like gorgeously pixelated.
Yeah.
Like it's
high quality pixels.
high quality pixels, bro. No, because it's not actually pixelated. They make it look pixelated,
Right,
But there's
right.
actually a shit ton of pixels.
There's 100 pixels that make up that one fake
yeah,
pixel.
exactly.
Good Lord.
Pixelception.
Pixelception.
This is not a math podcast.
Yes, thank
It's like how Nexomon is the same way.
Okay.
Just like that. Like you know dang well it's not in like an 8-bit.
Right.
But they updated the crap out of the game. Like there's like so much more stuff you can do.
Species.
Like you can literally farm villagers. It sounds horrible. You can literally farm
actually
villagers.
great. Yeah.
But yeah, and then you can trade with them and get like iron swords, like I mean diamond swords and things
all
like
you
that.
get to hear all day is
But, like, I was watching this guy on YouTube. He was actually on trending for a while, and it was like, the first video I watched was 100 days in hardcore Minecraft on flat world. So he has to survive on a flat world, which is only like 4 above bedrock, and then you have to try to survive, and it's like really hard. But yes, he had to farm villagers in order to get equipment because you can't mine there. Right. Because diamond only spawns that low in the ground, so 4 blocks low there's going to be no diamond. So he has to find villagers. But I watched that video. Then he had another one. It was like first 2,000 Minecraft days. And like I skipped to the end and like he had like a whole like freaking city. Like and it was all in like survival mode. So like this guy didn't do creative. Like it was all like done.
His grind.
And like he
badass.
basically just summarized like each like Minecraft week and like what he did that week and like showed clips of it. And I was like, there's so much stuff you can do in Minecraft.
I will
now.
say, like,
It
the
is
coolest thing I
unbelievable.
actually heard that somebody did, like, legit. I mean, obviously, there's been, like, people have done, like, one-to-one recreations of things.
Like the world. Someone did
Yes.
the Earth.
Yes.
Like the
But
whole Earth.
the actual coolest thing
my house.
that I heard in Minecraft was there is a server that built a library that they then put in actual, like, documents, books, pages, and, like, information
yeah.
that places aren't actually allowed to have. So people could read these in places
Dang.
where they're not actually allowed to. It's like there's areas that restrict knowledge. And then they could go in this Minecraft and you can read shit that you're not allowed to because control. But that was so cool that it actually is like you can go read an actual library with actual books and fucking Minecraft that people made.
That's impressive, but Troy.
Yeah.
People have made a redstone computer capable of running Pokemon in Minecraft.
Yep.
There's like redstone that is pretty much binary code. They built like a quad core computer that can compute Pokemon in Minecraft. Not only Pokemon, but like working calculators that can perform advanced multiplication.
Not a math
division.
podcast.
Like it's insane.
But it's a Pokemon podcast. I'll tell you that right now.
So someone literally did like binary code from
Pokemon.
scratch to
It's
freaking run
insane,
Pokemon.
man. People are
It's
wild.
insane.
Good Lord.
I'm not that creative, but
No.
I'm not that
having a
smart.
lot
What are you
of
talking about
fun just
creative? Like-
messing around doing strip mines and strip mines sounds bad.
110011.
Stripper mine.
Yeah, you ever see that on
Okay.
Family Guy?
All right.
He's like, I'm gonna go to
This is,
Tashi's station to pick up some power converters, and power converters are strippers. I think it was Robot Chicken.
Okay, we're probably going to end on that note, I guess.
Oh man.
Man, I didn't even get to Resident Evil.
No, we'll touch on that next week. We're probably a little bit
Which is
over
good
an
because
hour
I'll
here.
be able to play a lot more of it.
Yeah.
I got scared to shit so bad that I screamed really loud. And my wife came and was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No. No, I'm not."
Okay.
Next week.
Yeah, next
story
week
time.
we'll talk about Resident Evil.
and
thank
Magic
you.
the Gathering.
So for the listeners that didn't hear our announcement, so we are splitting the podcast into 2 parts. We probably should have mentioned this at the beginning of the show.
Oops.
So
By the way,
Crazy Train of Thought is going to just be us bullshitting, talking about games, movies, whatever,
TV shows,
rants. And we are going to split the news segment into a second podcast. So those of you that want to check out the news segment, check out the Game Hype podcast. Game Hype is going to be the name of the news segment.
and if you're watching live,
Yes,
we're
if
going to
you're
take
watching-
a break.
If you're watching live on Twitch, if you're watching our stream, we appreciate it. Thank you for watching. We are going to be right back with our news segment, with the Game Hype segment. Everyone else, check us out next week.
Yes.
I guess.
And
It's weird to say at the end of this part of it.
is.
You have to give us the whatever the fuck we're on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on. I've been your host, Ryan Wolf. Troy, Phil, Phil, Colin.
Phil,
All right. Yeah, we're out of here, and stick around on the stream.
Stay beautiful.
I'm going to hit this button now.
Hit the button now.